10 major criticisms faced by Princess Diana and how she handled them. Hardly anyone born in the 2000s until today would not know the people's princess, Princess Diana of Wales. Before her tragic death and after, Princess Diana was regarded as one of the most beloved people to exist. She was seen as a different and unconventional woman too. However, this doesn't mean she didn't face criticism from the public. Today, we bring you 10 major criticisms Princess Diana faced and how she handled them. 1. Shaking hands with an AIDS patient. When Diana became Princess of Wales, she did not stop giving herself to charitable causes and making sick and hospitalized victims feel recognized. One incident that caused both uproar and admiration was when she shook hands with an AIDS patient at the Middle East Hospital at a time when the stigma against HIV/AIDS was very high. Princess Diana's goal to show that HIV/AIDS could not be transmitted through handshakes was attained. In doing this, she humanized the patients and encouraged the world to do the same. This incident was published in many newspapers in 1987 and changed how people viewed people living with HIV/AIDS. That wasn't her last visit to an HIV/AIDS ward, however. She went frequently and showed care and compassion for all she found there. She also hugged a man who burst into tears because he could not believe Princess Diana would make such a gesture. While many criticized her, she said on national television that the patients were people and should not be stigmatized. Number 2. Her unfiltered interview with the BBC about her marriage. Princess Diana's interview with Martin Bashir of BBC Panorama was heavily criticized nationwide due to its nature. Princess Diana discussed her marriage with King Charles during this interview and her self-harm and bulimia issues. It was a huge moment for the royal family as the people saw them as more human than ever. Princess Diana also said that she always felt like her marriage was crowded due to King Charles's relationship with Camilla Parker Bowles. Many people criticized her, saying she put the royal family at a huge disadvantage. She also admitted to her affair with James Hewitt, which caused a strain on her relationship with King Charles. She was no saint, and she said she felt bad about it all. This also caused her to be criticized later for being angry after discovering King Charles's affair with Camilla Parker Bowles. However, she had a right to feel angry and betrayed. Many people felt remorseful for criticizing her when they realized how much had been happening in private. Number 3. Her relationship with Dodi Fayed. Princess Diana got into a relationship with a famous playboy and son of the owner of Harrods, Dodi Fayed, a few months before they both passed away in a tragic accident. The two families had met after vacationing on the Junakal yacht in St. Tropez. Princess Diana was heavily criticized for this relationship, as many judged her too quick to move on from her divorce from King Charles. She was also accused of having an affair with Dodi before her divorce was finalized. Many were also concerned about Diana, as Dodi Fayed was considered a playboy and could not guarantee Diana the stability she was used to. The late princess, however, insisted she was happy. Princess Diana did not let these unfair and insensitive criticisms get to her. She said she refused to apologize for trying to be happy and live her life to the fullest. She found happiness with Dodi, and that was all that mattered to her about the relationship. Number 4. The revenge dress. The evening after King Charles's televised admission to an affair with Camilla Parker Bowles, Diana stepped out in a black off-the-shoulder dress for dinner at the Serpentine Gallery in Kensington Gardens that became known as the iconic revenge dress. King Charles had revealed the affair in an interview on public television. This resulted from information from a private phone call between King Charles and Camilla Parker Bowles being made public. Princess Diana was widely thought to have worn Christina Stambolin's provocative outfit to express her displeasure and refusal to keep quiet. People condemned her, saying it was cheap retaliation on her part for dressing in such an unacceptable style. although they had been separated for a long time and she had a record of an affair herself. Princess Diana considered it a betrayal. She is famously known for saying that there were 3 of them in the marriage. Most people criticized her for being hypocritical. She said she was not a pushover princess and would always be herself. At the time, the couple had already been separated for 2 years. This incident led to the beginning of the divorce proceedings. Number 5. She didn't promise to obey during her wedding. Princess Diana is regarded by most as a woman ahead of her time. This was a result of a notable change during her wedding vows. She chose to omit the word obey, as royal brides usually say. Instead, she promised to love, cherish, support, and remain faithful to King Charles. Many criticized them by saying she disrespected the marriage institution by starting the firm before she was born. People began to follow suit, however, saying she did no wrong as she only desired to be an independent and equal partner in her marriage. Others who criticized her also said she misinterpreted the meaning of obey as the relationship between a master and a slave, when it was a promise to support her husband and follow his lead. Princess Diana did not leave any stone unturned to make sure that it was clear that she was an equal partner in the marriage. This became a turning point as many brides across England promised to love, support, and remain faithful to their partners. 6. Breaking royal fashion protocol. Princess Diana was a strong, independent woman, evident in many aspects of her life. Fashion was one of the most controversial issues, as she dressed however she wanted. It was obvious that Princess was bound to break royal fashion protocol because she was a trendsetter. She introduced many new fashion trends into British fashion culture right when she began to gain recognition. She made frills, ruffles, hats, and even her hairstyle a trend that so many people followed. Princess Diana wore short skirts, suits, and low necklines, which were considered too revealing. She also wore dramatic and bold makeup and nail polish, which were considered too bold and daring for royal women. Princess Diana also wore pants in public, an outfit that was considered inappropriate for royal women to wear in public. She would wear jeans, pants, trousers, and tuxedos. She was heavily criticized and sometimes regarded as rude and disrespectful for not following protocol on fashion. The most controversial was that Princess Diana often wore black outfits even though royals were only allowed to wear black in mourning. Princess Diana would go to events without wearing hats and gloves to shake people freely and without constraint. Many people said she wasn't prioritizing her safety or the royal family's reputation. She didn't care, however. She dressed freely, and later on, after her death, people said she helped to modernize the royal family and make them more relatable. Number 7. Daring to give her sons a normal life. Princess Diana was heavily criticized for breaking centuries of protocol for the education of royal children when she gave birth to Prince William and Harry. She took them to public schools and tried giving them normal lives, even with pressure. Being so involved in her children's lives proved a good deed because they didn't have her for long. The young princes were lucky to have spent so much time with their mother. Years after her death, her children say they feel grateful for trying her best to give them a normal life. Prince William has said he tries to do the same with his children. It is evident in how he tries to raise his children as normal people without the pressure of being royal. However, this didn't receive favorable comments from the public during Princess Diana's time. She was criticized for being selfish and using the children to improve her public image. Her friends and well-wishers, however, say till today that she only cared for the kind of life her sons grew into and wanted them to know there was life outside royal protocols and traditions. Number 8. Participating in school events. Unlike what people had come to associate the royal family with, Princess Diana was very inclusive in her children's upbringing. She wanted to be involved in every aspect of their lives and education. It was a huge surprise. She often went to their matches, concerts, and plays. Princess Diana also made sure to participate in school fundraisers and events. The highlight of this part of her was when she took part in a mother's race at one of the children's sports events. That incident made headlines for days, and she was heavily criticized for behaving ungracefully and unladylike. This happened at a time when women, especially royal women, were expected to sit gracefully and be dainty and calm. Diana broke protocol by exerting herself in that race and was said to look rough and unruly. Once again, Diana did not care, as her children were immensely excited that she chose to take part in such an activity. Number 9. Her divorce from King Charles. Princess Diana's divorce from King Charles was widely known and spread worldwide. Their divorce was due to several reasons, including King Charles's affair with Camilla Parker Bowles. Although it was King Charles who asked for a divorce, Princess Diana was criticized by the public for revealing so much about her marriage to BBC's Martin Bashir. Critics said that she disrupted the stability established in the royal family and undermined its reputation. What she said about King Charles and Camilla was considered unconventional for a royal family member. Many supported her, however, for her refusal to suffer in silence about her unhappiness. There were also concerns and critical opinions about how she kept the title Princess of Wales until her death, despite no longer being a member of the royal family. Queen Elizabeth, however, had nothing against Princess Diana retaining the title, so she was addressed as Princess of Wales until her death. Number 10. Her mental health struggles. Princess Diana was an outspoken woman who said the things she felt needed to be out there. She openly spoke about her mental health struggles during interviews and hoped that she was encouraging support and awareness for mental illness. Princess Diana battled bulimia, a disorder associated with binge eating followed by an uncontrollable urge to purge. This led to her weight and appearance fluctuations, which caused criticism in the public. Before revealing her bulimia, magazines and newspapers would highlight her body weight and size. Instead of being angry, Princess Diana spoke about her struggles during interviews and made sure to spread more awareness about the pressure of public and body image. Her children have also followed in her steps, being actively involved in mental health awareness, recognizing people battling with mental illnesses, and talking about their mental struggles to keep their mother's legacy going. Princess Diana was a big source of inspiration to her children, evident in many charitable endeavors they devote their time to today. Princess Diana was not without criticism despite being loved by many. She didn't let the criticisms get to her, even though many were insensitive. This is why most people will remember her for the good things she did in her lifetime. There's so much you could do differently and still be criticized by people, and Princess Diana is an example of this. We hope you enjoyed learning about the major criticisms that Princess Diana faced in her lifetime. Until next time.